The next part then on, do you have what it takes to make your business succeed? I have to reread the title because I forget. Skills. And the skills that have got you to here won't be the same skills that get you to there. So my graphic editing skills, which weren't the best, not bad, but not the best, they're not the skills that will grow my business anymore, right? Like I could become the best Adobe graphics editor on the planet, right? But that's not actually going to grow my business because I've got a limited number of people that I can actually work for, right? But if I've got a team of people, and so my then it will work. But my skills are then having to be translated into not just editing videos and editing graphics, but it will have to be changed into managing the people that create the images, that edit the graphics, that do all the content coordinating. And then my skill set will have to change into, I will now have to manage the manager, which is exactly what's happened in our business. So my skills are having to evolve and adapt. I'm moving further away from the business and more into my mindset and my self-talk than I do speaking with end users. I sell the stuff, but I'm not the guy that delivers the stuff. So my skills that I needed to sell it had to be improved upon in order for us to sell, and we got really good at that. But at some point, we're going to also reach a point where I can't do all the sales because I'm so busy managing other people. Or we've got so many sales coming through and so many sales calls, I just don't have the time to do them. In which case, the skill set that I will have on being able to close people on the phone will have to change into managing other people that can then close on the phone, and then that will change into managing a manager who manages the people that close on the phone. And so as you're going up this pyramid, as you're growing your business, the bits that have gotten you to this point right now won't be the bits that will take you forward. Now, a couple of caveats on this. If you're not closing business right now, right, then maybe it's a skill set that you've not got. And maybe you will go on all the training courses that ever existed on the planet and you still can't sell. Right, that is a real possibility, isn't it? I could go on all the training courses for riding a unicycle. Chances are I ain't ever riding a unicycle. I just don't think I have the dexterity to be able to do such a thing. And that might be similar for you. In which case, we're back up to people and resources. This one right here, wherever it is, we're back up to people and resources because you don't have to be the person that's closing sales on the phone. You can hire people for that. But then the skill that you have would be in managing those salespeople, which sounds weird, doesn't it? How can a non-salesperson manage? Well, they can do it very well. If you're a good manager, you don't have to be Michael Jordan to coach Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's coach, Phil Jackson, was a decent basketball player for the New York Knicks a long, long time ago, but he wasn't a Michael Jordan. So you can manage somebody who's got more skills than you. Right? Tiger Woods' coach isn't better player at golf than Tiger Woods, but he's a far better coach. And that's what you should become. You should become the coach for your team, the manager for managing your team's tasks. And then some of this as well, by the way, is identifying some of the people in your business and what skills they have, but also identifying what skills they haven't got. Because as a manager, and in fact, we were just doing this. Let me just see if I can... one of the things we were looking at is what we call a communications officer role. And the communications officer, which is a role that doesn't exist in my business right now, but it probably is going to exist in 2023 at some point. So the communications officer role will manage training our affiliates, right? So right now we have people that sell for us. And technically they don't sell anything. They just introduce and I get them on a call and I do the sales, right? But imagine if we had 10, 20, 50, 100 affiliates out there that got really good at going to networking events and saying things like, oh, you need a website, just speak to my mate Dan. Dan can sort you out. Like, imagine that. Now, that's a trained army of people, of salespeople. So there has to be someone in place. So I would manage the communications officer, and the communications officer would manage that role. And so we've got a couple of things here. One was customer retention. I'm just looking at my organization chart. One was customer retention. What are the things that we can put in place for customer retention? So, for example, one of the things we've already got is our business retreat in Spain next year, which is basically cocktails on the beach, paddle surfing. Of course, we're going to talk about business. We're going to have some hot seats, but also it's about going out, having some paella, having a few cocktails, going paddle surfing, bit of yoga on the beach, maybe. Who knows, right? And then the next part of that is identifying within our team who needs what skills to be able to improve on their skill set, because we might recruit someone like a content coordinator excuse me, and for example they may have really good empathy skills, which is brilliant as a content coordinator. What they may not have yet is the ability to create a written copy, right? But we can teach that. Think about this. We can teach skills, we can't teach attitude. If you have someone who has empathy, that's a great front customer facing person for our business, someone with lots of empathy. And just because we haven't got the technical skills yet, like some people recruit on technical skills, and we all know these types of people, and they've got no people skills at all, and they just wind people up. And we all know people like that who are in the wrong jobs and wrong positions. And so that comes down to how you recruit, but more importantly about how you train and give those people the skills, and about identifying not just the skills for you, but the skills that they actually need, that you either are going to teach them or you send them off on a training course, because there's other people that can teach those skills far better than you or I possibly could.